Tabilo repeats the feat and surprises an erratic Djokovic in Monte Carlo. The Chilean secured his second victory against the Serbian in a match where he dominated from start to finish against a Knoll who appeared quite uncomfortable in his first match on clay. Home Tabilo repeats the feat and surprises an erratic Djokovic in Monte Carlo. Tabilo repeats the feat and surprises an erratic Djokovic in Monte Carlo. Facebook Twitter commentarios. The Chilean secured his second victory against the Serbian in a match where he dominated from start to finish against a Knoll who appeared quite uncomfortable in his first match on clay. Twitter profile Andres Tomos Rico, the 9th of April, 2025, 17.45. Facebook Twitter commentarios. Tabilo repeats the feat and surprises an erratic Djokovic in Monte Carlo. Photo, Getty Images. Tabilo repeats the feat and surprises an erratic Djokovic in Monte Carlo. Photo, Getty Images. Bet365. Streaming UTR Pro Newport Beach Live Tennis. Tennis racket and ball Andreas Djoukouric versus Lucas Gomez. Asterisk, you can watch and bet on this match live here. Plus 18 Juego Seguro Juga BN Bet365. The good, if brief, is twice as good. Just ask Alejandro Tabilo, who claimed his second victory in his second encounter against Novak Djokovic. The Chilean had already defeated him in the Rome Masters 1000 last year and repeated the scene at the Monte Carlo Masters 1000. Djokovic never found his high-level game from Miami, partly due to the aggressiveness and speed displayed by Tabilo, who won the match 6-3, 6-4. This marks the Balkan player's worst possible start to the clay court season, with his next stop being the Mutua Madrid Open. Novak Djokovic and Alejandro Tabilo faced off again after their only encounter last May, where the Chilean surprised the Serbian and secured victory in the Rome Masters 1000. Nearly a year later, things have changed significantly. Djokovic now has his coveted gold but still maintains that competitive fire that keeps him on the circuit. The hunger to win was evident at the start of the match against Tabilo as Djokovic immediately broke the Chilean's serve, showing that he was in Monaco not for a leisurely stroll but with the intention of fighting for his 100th title, the one that eluded him in Miami due to Jakub Mensik. However, this did not faze Tabilo, who quickly broke back in the following game with a very aggressive and fast-paced game. Djokovic struggled to control the points, facing challenges with his serve and returns. With each passing point, Tabilo grew stronger, securing a second break to lead 5-2. Meanwhile, Djokovic appeared erratic and somewhat sluggish, perhaps not yet accustomed to the surface change. As the set came to a climax, the South American remained composed to close it out with authority, 6-3. It was not the ideal start to the clay court season for Djokovic, who needed to assert more control to prevent Tabilo from further tightening the pressure. Djokovic seemed uncomfortable on the Monaco clay, struggling with his footing, which hindered his responses to Tabilo's flat missiles from the baseline and constant drop shots. Tabilo displayed a balanced and disciplined game, knowing when to attack and when to withstand Djokovic's advances, who failed to regain his rhythm and promptly surrendered his serve at the start of the second set. The second set unfolded much like the first, with Tabilo dominating on serve and Djokovic lacking effective responses. The match reached a crucial moment at 4-3 with Tabilo serving, and the crowd, largely in favor of Djokovic, hoped for a resurgence from their player. While Djokovic showed signs of a comeback, the South American, as he did throughout the match and in their previous encounter in Rome last year, kept his composure and saved 2 breakpoints with 2 great serves. He came close to victory during Djokovic's service game, with a match point that the Serbian saved with a neck cord. However, when it was time for Tabilo to close out the match on his serve, he did so confidently and firmly, defeating the Balkan player for the second consecutive time, this time with a score of 6-3, 6-4. Djokovic bows out in the early stages of his first clay court match. It seems that Tabilo has found the formula to thwart Djokovic.